Sage Wanderer here, coming at you from, well, the Van Duzer corridor. So I am in an old growth forest right now. I have a wedding that's going to be out in the country, so I don't know that I will be able to live stream the wedding tonight. Just FYI, heads up on that. But I had a quick story I just kind of wanted to relay to you, a drama that's going down here in Oregon. Now, keep in mind, I've been saying for some time that I thought the Civil War would start first here in Oregon because of the conflict between the ultra-liberal left in the Valley and the cowboy culture of Eastern Oregon. So this is kind of playing out before our very eyes this weekend. Apparently there is a piece of legislation that the Democrats in the state Senate are trying to drive through the Senate. And so the Oregon Senate is dominated by Democrats. They have a supermajority over the Republicans. So there is no way the Republicans can really ever win. However, there is a provision that says at least 2 Republican senators must be present before a vote can go forth. So what we have here is a kind of filibuster by refusing to show up. And the piece of legislation that is being essentially protested by the Republicans is a corporate carbon tax, essentially. Many people feel that this would be really bad for small business and agriculture and loggers and people like that. So the Republicans, specifically the Eastern Oregonians, are very much opposed to this, to the point where they walked out after they realized they were not going to get any support and that they were going to be forced to basically let this legislation go forward and there was nothing they could do about it. They decided collectively to boycott it. Now, this was done once before by Democrats in the past here in Oregon when they did not have the majority. And so they walked out for 7 days in previous incidences. But apparently now it's a horrible, evil crime that the Republicans are engaging in this kind of essentially I guess you could call it a filibuster of sorts, because by not showing up, the vote can't go forward. So our wonderful, marvelous, tyrannical, control freak, out of her mind progressive governor, Kate Brown, has ordered the Republicans to show up and be in for the vote. And if they don't do it right now, like right now, she says, like right now, if you'll do it right now. Sorry, little sage rage, tiny bit of sage rage. Then she's going to send the state police out and round up all of the senators, put them in handcuffs and drag them back to the state house and force this vote, ram it down their throat. By force, at gunpoint nonetheless. Now the state police says they're going to be nice about it. But here's what one of the senators said when they talked about it. They said, well, Kate Brown, I will not become a political prisoner of the state of Oregon. Now, I'm quoting, this is not my words, let's be perfectly clear. I am quoting one of our senators, I believe from Bend, who said, and I quote, if you send people to get me, make sure that they are bachelors and heavily armed, because I do not intend to be a political prisoner of the state of Oregon, unquote. This is what one of our senators recently said publicly. Now, you could go, oh, well, that's nothing's going to happen. Oh, it's just talk, it's just blustering. It's just, saber rattling. It's just all a bunch of boohoo, whatever. You don't know Eastern Oregonians very well. They're very much like Texans. If a Texan says, I'm about to hit you in the mouth, he's probably about to hit you in the mouth. That's just the way it is, If an Eastern Oregonian says that he intends to resist you with deadly force, chances are he intends to resist you with deadly force. So what happens when the state police pays a visit to these senators? Is there going to be bloodshed? There are some militias. There's some militias in Oregon. There's some militias in the Valley. There's some militias in Eastern Oregon. These people are kind of waiting for the next wave of totalitarianism coming out of the capital here in Oregon. Did they decide to back this senator? Are we looking at a Waco kind of standoff, a Ruby Ridge sort of situation? Is there going to be bloodshed in Oregon over a carbon tax vote? How deep does Kate Brown's tyranny run? How much is she drunk with power? Is this all a big joke, or is civil war about to break out in the United States, right here in the capital of Oregon? Well, this remains to be seen. A $500 fine will be levied against all members of Congress who do not show up for the vote on Monday, and $500 every day from here on out until they comply. That's already a done deal. The fines are built into the statute. So, what we have here is a serious standoff. It just hasn't become an armed one yet, although the threats are running back and forth. So hang on to your hat, folks. The Civil War may break out right behind me as I split back to Texas, because I ain't hanging around and playing all that. Homie, don't play that. Y'all can have your Civil War over here in Oregon by yourselves, because I'm just going to get out. You can have this place. There's too many of you to fight, and I don't know. I'm just frustrated with it. And I'm already got a million. God's moving me back to Oregon. I guess it's to get away from all this. But I'm telling you what, it makes my blood run hot. This is my home state. And I can't stand them, threatening people with basically deadly force. And I don't know. Get your popcorn at least, because some bad stuff's about to happen up in here, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments section. God save our republic.